Hey, if you're thinking about selling your home in Arizona, listen up. There's a really powerful strategy out there that could literally save you thousands of dollars. And today, we're going to break down exactly how it works. So let's start with the big elephant in the room, what I like to call the 6% problem. For, decades, this has been the standard commission sellers just pay, but it represents a huge chunk of your hard-earned equity.
Just look at this number for a second. $27,000. For a pretty typical $450,000 home in Arizona, that 6% commission is a staggering 27 grand. Think about that. That's money coming straight out of your pocket, right out of the value you've built in your home. It's enough to make anyone stop and think. Which of course brings us to the big question. With technology changing literally every single industry, is there a smarter, more cost-effective way to sell your home? Well, the answer is a resounding yes, and that's exactly what we're going to dive into.
So, what is this modern alternative? It's the flat-fee MLS listing. And trust me, it's a true game changer for any seller who's willing to be a little more hands-on to get some massive savings. First, what even is the MLS? Okay, think of it as the central nervous system for all of real estate. It's this exclusive, private database that all the licensed real estate agents use to find homes for their buyers and to list properties for sale. Here's the deal. If your home isn't on the MLS, you're practically invisible to almost all potential buyers and their agents. And this right here, this is the core concept. A flat-fee MLS service is basically a key. You pay a licensed broker a one-time flat fee, and we're talking a few $100, not tens of thousands. And in return, they list your property on that exact same powerful MLS. You get all the exposure without that massive commission.
You might be thinking it sounds complicated, but the process is actually surprisingly simple. Step 1, you pick your provider. 2, you give them your property details and your best photos. 3, they get you listed on the MLS. And finally, number 4, offers start coming directly to you. Now yeah, you handle the showings and negotiations, but the key is your home gets maximum visibility to buyers everywhere.
So, who are the top players here in Arizona? Let's get into the specifics because, and this is important, not all of these services are created equal.
Okay, so just looking at the initial price, wow, you can see it's possible to get listed on the MLS for as little as $95. Others are in the few $100 range. At first glance, you'd think the cheapest option is a no-brainer, right?
But hold on a second. That sticker price? It's really just the tip of the iceberg. To understand the real value, you have to look underneath the surface and see what each package actually gives you. The details are where the magic is.
All right, let's break this down a bit. Yeah, you can see the price difference right away, but look deeper. How long is the MLS term? Is it 6 months or a full year? How many photos can you even upload? Some basic packages might limit you to just 6 photos. And here's a huge one. What happens when you need help? Is there live support you can call, or are you just stuck sending emails into the void? This all means you have got to decode that fine print. So let's highlight the key features you should be watching for so you can avoid any nasty surprises down the road. Seriously, pay close attention here. Think about the listing term. Is 6 months really enough time in this market, or do you want the peace of mind of having a full year? And the photo limits. More photos don't just show your home, they help buyers emotionally connect and see themselves living there. And don't forget paperwork and change fees. Will they charge you every time you need to make a simple update? Those little hidden costs can absolutely add up.
So in the end, it really boils down to this classic trade-off. Over on the left, you've got your bare-bones, low-cost package. It gets you on the MLS, but that's pretty much it. You're doing almost all the work. On the right, you have a more comprehensive package. It costs a bit more upfront, but it might include things like professional photos, a lockbox, even broker assistance with offers. You're basically trading a little more money for a lot more support.
But let's not lose sight of the main prize here. Always remember this. Regardless of which package you pick, the single most important factor is getting your property on the local MLS. That exposure is the non-negotiable benefit you're buying.
So, how do you choose? How do you pick the right one? Let's give you a simple checklist to help you find the perfect fit for your specific situation and, your comfort level.
So before you click buy on any package, just ask yourself these questions and be honest. How comfortable are you, really, with real estate paperwork and contracts? Are your smartphone pictures actually good enough, or do you need professional photos to make your home pop?
And when you have a question at 7 p.m. on a Friday night, is having live customer support a must-have for your peace of mind?
See, it's all about finding that balance. The perfect choice isn't just about finding the cheapest one. It's about finding the one that hits that sweet spot between saving the most money and getting the right level of support you need to feel confident through the whole sale. The chance to save $27,000, or maybe even more, is right there on the table. So the final question is really for you to answer. What level of service are you willing to trade for thousands of dollars in savings?